Hello, beautiful souls. Today's episode is so good. And before we jump in, I have some exciting news to share. If you've ever wondered where you're blocking money, this is for you. I've created a free quiz to diagnose your money wounds so you can heal them and unblock yourself to receive more money. Just go to moneywoundsquiz.com and answer 6 quick questions to get your insanely accurate and potent results. And if you're loving my vibe and want to work one-on-one to call in more feminine energy wealth, I would love to hear from you. You can shoot me a DM on social media or go to emilywilcox.com to learn more. Hello and welcome to another episode of the M Makes Money show. I'm laughing at myself because I am sitting here on March 31st about to record an episode of February celebrations. So as you can tell, this got a little behind me. However, it really is my intention to be showing up on here, sharing numbers and non-financial celebrations every month. And sometimes when I'm subconsciously avoiding something, it's like a self-sabotage sort of a thing. Like maybe I'm not super proud of the numbers, or I'd rather just not share. And I don't know for sure if that's what happened in February, but either way, it's part of my commitment to myself and making sure that if this is just part of my pattern, then I'm going to show up regardless, right? February was actually a really beautiful month. So I'll start with the financials. We collected $87,832 in cash, and that came from a variety of sources. $9,833 from the e-commerce business, $72,046 from the agency, and $5,953 from coaching. February is such a special month because obviously it's got the vibration of love with Valentine's Day, and Jeff and I's wedding anniversary is February 13th. So it's always extra special for us because we're celebrating our anniversary and celebrating Valentine's Day. And I feel like this year in particularly, we really leaned into being in the love vibes all month. We celebrated 12 years of marriage, which feels really fun and monumental. And Jeff had this idea where we bought cards for each of the kids. And in the cards, we invited them to be our date for a little Valentine's Day dinner. And so Jeff took Faye to a fancy Italian restaurant. And I took JJ to also a fancy Italian restaurant called Charles Edward Cheese. Just kidding. It's Chuck E. Cheese. Not fancy at all, but whatever. He's 4. He was 3 at the time, and that's what he loves. And he's not going to enjoy a fancy restaurant, and I'm not going to enjoy having him at a fancy restaurant. So we just went to a place that was fun for him. And actually the pizza is pretty delicious there. So just making new family memories. I definitely just felt such a fun vibe in February of everything's working out, independent of the numbers, independent even of the facts of my current reality. I just felt so connected in with my vision and trusting that everything is building momentum towards the dream life that I'm visioning into. So what else? In February, I delivered really incredible experiences inside of the Millionaires Lounge, which was a collaboration that I did with Cassie Howard and Selena Gray. Oh my gosh, that space was just really so beautiful and so potent. I also did a MiniMind, a 2-day MiniMind on 2/2/2, so February 22nd and then February 23rd. And that was so potent. So many breakthrough and aha moments for the clients in there. And I love doing those little experiences where it's only a few $100s and you get to experience coaching. You get to experience one-on-one. You get to experience a mastermind. You get to experience how one potent question and one potent answer can change everything. I also celebrated new women joining money wound medicine. Oh man, I love this program so much. It's self-study, which is just really fun because people can join it at any point and get instant access. And invariably, they'll end up sliding into my DMs just talking about how much is shifting for them. That program is pure magic. So every time I get an email with a receipt that someone purchased, I do a huge celebration, honestly. Like I actually put on music and like make it a whole thing. I enjoyed so much spaciousness in my schedule in February, which I'm so grateful for now at the end of March, where March felt much more full. So super grateful that I got to have the spaciousness that I had in February. I also did a lot of Yoni healing in February. So for women, this can be really important that we have this opportunity to reclaim our womb space and our relationship with our yoni and clear out any old energies that are there, any conditioned feelings about our yoni, the way that she looks, the way that she smells, like anything. There's so much out there that society has conditioned women to believe that we are less than, or that there's something about our bodies that is broken or less than ideal. And it felt so good to just reclaim my own personal truth. I also allowed myself to cocoon for a few days in February when that was the energy that I was feeling. This is a big one for me because I am a doer. I really like to be in aligned action. I like the energy of kind of moving and shaking and feeling like there's momentum in that phase. And yet, it's like there can't be spring without winter. And when I go through winter energetically, I don't like it. It feels like I'm depressed or there's something wrong with me. So I'm proud of myself for just honoring a few days of cocooning, not making it mean anything about me, really trusting and knowing that I always have enough energy in a month to do everything that I want to do. But in a given day, that might not be true. And just really trusting the divine cyclicality of being inside of a female body. I also experienced much higher profits in February across the businesses. So that felt super fun. We're not paying for any ads in our e-commerce business or in our agency for that matter. The coaching business is so profitable and it just felt really good since that's been one of my intentions. I paid off the Hypermind, now known as Unity, the mastermind that I'm in with Melanie. So that was such a significant moment because, when Jeff and I kind of said yes to that investment, $120,000, it just felt so big and scary. And so to pay it off early and to choose to be in such celebration of that investment, of the woman that I've become through being inside of that container, it was so special. And we actually had dinner reservations at a really nice place and a friend joined us and we cheers to it. So I have a beautiful memory to go along with the celebration of paying off that incredible investment. We also added $27,000 into our infinite banking systems. So that felt exciting. And, once a year when I get that bill, it used to feel like a gut punch and it would feel pretty scary and it would feel like lack and it would feel like that money was going away, even though that money was just being put into a different system that I could still access. So I now really appreciate when that bill comes because it helps me to see how far I've come and grown in my money mindset. And it actually just felt exciting. The other thing, and this is the last thing that I want to celebrate from February, is that I was featured in Goss magazine alongside so many women that I deeply admire. My coach, Melanie Ann Lair, was the feature. So she was on the cover of the magazine and I was on the inside. Actually, I have it here on my desk. So for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, you can see it. So this is the magazine and I'll flip to my page. What was so cool is that it's my first time getting PR featured as a coach. So I've had PR, my products have had PR before, in People magazine and BuzzFeed and celebrity babies wearing our products. And I've also had PR features as the CEO of an agency, but to be featured, there it is. She's so beautiful. Look at that. To be featured as a coach in a magazine, and like such a gorgeous magazine, felt like anchoring in this identity at new levels. And honestly, I feel like the truth of that is still landing for me. So I'm actually grateful that we're talking about it right now so that I get this new opportunity to really let it land and to feel it in the depth of my being, that I belong in that magazine and I belong with those incredible women and that I get to celebrate it and I get to shout it from the rooftops. So thank you so much for listening in. As you've listened, if there are things that you want to celebrate, now I understand by the time you're listening to this, February is going to feel like it was very much in the rear view. However, what I know to be true is that one of the most incredible and powerful practices we can have is to look back. To look back. So if you're listening to this and it's April or May, think back to February. What were you celebrating? What was good? What was a challenge then? And you're going to go, holy cow, I'm only 2 or 3 months out from that. And already everything feels so different to me. Or maybe I was celebrating my first 10K month in February and now it's May and I'm celebrating my first 20K month. Oh my gosh, I've doubled my business in 60 days. What I know to be true is that in the moment, it's rare for us to just feel completely celebratory and completely excited about where we're at in our lives. There are often some really good things that are happening, but we also attach expectation to it. And sometimes it feels like things aren't happening fast enough, or by the time they happen, we're already dreaming into the next thing. And so it diminishes a little bit of the accomplishment. It's not until we look back and give a little more context and given the wisdom of hindsight that we can see how fast everything actually is moving and shifting in our lives. It's really quite incredible. But we don't often stop to take a look at that. And it does us a disservice. Because when you think about law of attraction, if you're feeling the lack of time, the lack of results, if you feel like things are moving slow, that's your point of attraction. So your magnetism, the types of experiences that you're attracting to you, have to be a match for lack of time, lack of results, and things moving slow. I don't know about you, but I do not want to attract things from that point of attraction. So when we look back and say, wow, I've come so far. Wow, things are happening fast. Wow, my life is really transforming. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine where I'm going to be in 2 months. This is so exciting. If this keeps up, gosh, I might have X, Y, or Z. You feel how different that is? That's the point of attraction that we want, because now all of a sudden we're an energetic match for things not making sense, things going so fast, things surprising us, things being beyond our wildest dreams. So that's the practice that I'm going to invite you into. And I would love for you to share and tag me so that I can celebrate you as well. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. Changing the way we think, feel, and talk about money will change the world. I truly believe that. It starts with you tuning in and threads when you share this show on Instagram and Facebook and tag me at MMakesMoney. And you know what moves the needle the most? Taking just a minute to leave a 5-star review on iTunes. This show isn't free to produce, so let's multiply those dollars invested to help this show reach a bigger audience each week. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. And lastly, if you want more connection, more MMakesMoney style riffs, and a safe place on the internet to talk about money, jump into my free Facebook group, The Money Club. It's linked in the show notes. Until next time, I'm wishing you health, happiness, and boatloads of money.